Now, Daniel, here we go. Sounds like Geronimo.
Girolamo, man. Come on, man.
Girolamo, not Girolamo. Now I'm making the R. I say it
Close.
again, Daniel.
Girolamo. So just like a J.
It is strange to look at. That's a tough name. That's Italian, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 100%.
Boy. What's mom, by the way?
She is not Italian.
Well, is she Irish? Do you have the
She's a little German, Finnish, and Irish.
Oh, nice.
So a nice little European cocktail.
Very similar to me, Irish and Italian. A little Swede in there as well. Good job. So
very dissimilar from me.
Tiki's just a dark Italian. So Daniel won our Tiki and Tierney bracket challenge, all right, for the March Madness. He did a great job and went down to the final game. He picked Villanova. Also a 2015 Marist College grad, which is where I went, as many of you know. A degree in sports communication. Doing a great job. So we were going to have him in for one segment, and the prize was to come in and chop it up with us. But instead, we'll have you do the questions, inbounds, out of bounds. We'll keep you around a little longer. You ready to go?
You got it. Let's go.
Teak, inbounds, out of bounds?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Anything can happen in sports and often does. What's right, what's wrong, and who's just crazy? We decide. Inbounds and out of bounds now. With Tiki and Tierney.
All right, Danny, take it away, brother. What do you got?
All right, here we go. It was announced yesterday that the NFL will not implement the highly debated color rush uniforms for Thursday Night Football for the 2019 season. So, Tiki, inbounds or out of bounds, color rush uniforms were a failed experiment.
Obviously, it's inbounds because they don't exist anymore. They got rid of them, or actually Fox decided to get rid of them. But look, this was kind of quirky. It was cool at times, but then overwhelming at other times. You remember sometimes these uniforms, they blended together, and it was confusing. Now, the NFL is going to let teams use these all whatever color uniforms at some points during the season, but I didn't love this. This is failed.
Listen, I liked them. I'm going to say out of bounds. I'm probably in the minority here. Now, just because the NFL got rid of them doesn't mean some fans didn't like them. Although you probably generally react to your...
Hey, look at that. Look at that lime, all lime.
Well, I didn't love those. I'm not a big lime guy with anything. But those... And those
aren't bad.
No, those aren't them. Those aren't even them.
Yeah, it is. Look at the pants. The pants in the background.
Oh, okay. I can't see the
they
pants.
can't change their helmets. That's why.
That's true. The Jets and the Bills were a rough one when they were red. The red and the green ones because colorblind people had an issue, and obviously certainly want to be sensitive to that. But listen, I believe, and I've said this for a long time, that people are inherently negative. People wake up with a predisposition to complain, whether it's on social media, whether it's at the water cooler, whether it's being at office, locker room lawyer, whatever. I had no problem. I thought they were cool. I thought some of them, for the most part, they were fresh, and I liked them. But again,
did you like them?
I did, because I'm going to miss the Titans versus Jaguars Thursday night, December football game with the Jaguars, piss yellow.
Yeah, the mustard ones. Yeah, right?
The gambling degenerate game.
Now he's getting into it here. Okay, you know a little something about point spreads, do you, young Daniel, huh?
We're not going to go into it right now.
I go into it every show. Why not? I like that you're branching out. There you go.
Are you in?
Just be careful with that.
Are you out?
All right, the Green Bay Packers finished 7-9 last year with future Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers playing just 7 games. During the offseason, the team released star wideout Jordy Nelson and moved on from QB coach Alex Van Pelt without consulting Rodgers. So, Tiki, inbounds or out of bounds, the Packers will make the playoffs with a healthy Rodgers back under center.
Man, this was a hard question. I debated over this. I'm going to say out of bounds.
Ooh.
Wow. So I think the Minnesota Vikings win the division again, which means that the Green Bay Packers have to make the postseason by winning a wild card.
Fair logic
now
so
think
far.
about the other divisions in the NFC. In the AFC West, in the NFC West, the Rams are going to be great again. Seahawks are probably going to be good. You go to the South, you got 2 teams, maybe 3, with obviously the Saints, who were fantastic last year, the Atlanta Falcons, who still have Matty Ice, and then the Carolina Panthers, who came on at the end of the season. And then you go to the East. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles are defending NFL champions, and then the Washington Redskins, the New York Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, one of those teams has a chance, or all those second-place teams that I was talking about, of being better than the Packers Packers, who have a disgruntled quarterback. So I'm saying out of bounds.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. I mean, the one thing they don't have is Aaron Rodgers, which gives them this incredible edge. Aaron Rodgers.
One man doesn't win games, BT. You know this.
I mean, listen, everybody's making this. I understand with what happened with Van Pelt and some other things that Aaron Rodgers, they kind of ticked off. The Packers ticked off Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my God, is he going to be really in the right frame of mind to play football? Of course he is. I've said this many times, Daniel, and we've seen a lot more football than you have just based on our ages here. Aaron Rodgers is the most, if you isolate each individual talent, throwing on the run, velocity, intelligence, the ability to pre-read defenses, which is part of intelligence, instincts, all the things that we talk about, accuracy. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback, the most talented quarterback of all time.
100% agree.
Of all time.
100% agree.
Okay.
He'll be 35 this year, just saying.
But he's going to be 35, but Eli's going to be 37, and Eli moves like a robot who needs oil, and the Giants are okay. That made no sense.
I'm just saying, he's going to be 35.
All right, but he's a youthful 35. You know that. He's the best player in football when he's healthy. He makes everybody better. I wish Jordy Nelson was still there. The answer is inbounds. You're right. There's a lot of competition. NFC's better than the AFC. Aaron Rodgers is right. The Packers are right. The answer is inbounds.
Are you in or are you out?
Cavs head coach Ty Lue seems confident the Cavs can fix their defensive issues heading into the playoffs.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
So, Tiki,
that's strange.
Inbounds or out of bounds? The Cavs will be able to shore up their defensive issues come playoff time.
I started laughing there, and I know in this one, at least BT's going to agree with me. This is so out of bounds. You don't just turn the switch. You are what you repeatedly do. Therefore, your successes or failures are a habit, right? They don't play defense. They have a habit of not playing defense. They're not fixing that habit in a week. I'm just saying, out of bounds.
You're right. I'm so with you. I mean, I don't know how anybody would say inbounds on this. It's either a strategic thing or a personnel thing.
Agreed.
The strategic thing you can tweak, but that just seems incredibly. That sounds nonsense.
Well, you said this. You talked about their athleticism at the beginning of the year.
Oh, Godfrey. Yeah, they even got a little bit more athletic with the trades.
Still.
And it's still the foot speed's still a little bit of an issue, though not quite as problematic as it was, but certainly not an asset. It's still a deficiency. You know, listen, they are who they are personnel-wise, and strategically, if they kept things in their back pocket with the intention of rolling them out on this weekend, or the second round to try to fool people, I think you'd be the first team in the history of the NBA to ever do that. You've got to get repetition. There's integrity in knowing where people should be, and you only get that by doing it with frequency. I like Tyronn Lue. That's an idiotic statement. That's out of bounds.
Nice try, Ty.
Yep.
Are you in or are you out?
Okay, what you got?
All right, with one game remaining, the Oklahoma City Thunder have 47 wins. The Thunder finished with 47 wins last season, and obviously they didn't have Paul George and Carmelo Anthony.
No. Oh, the great Carmelo who did nothing. Good.
Anthony was asked yesterday if teammate Russell Westbrook steals rebounds. So, Tiki, inbounds or out of bounds? Russell Westbrook stealing rebounds helps the Thunder win games.
Well, if he steals 16 tonight, it'll help them get a triple-double again for a season. I think this is inbounds because he just said it. Carmelo Anthony gave you the exact point. They like to play in transition, and I think they're best in transition. Even Carmelo probably is best in transitions when he's standing there waiting to catch and shoot, right? Otherwise, the ISO game doesn't work for them. So absolutely, this is inbounds. They even box out. You see them sometimes. They box out, not to get the rebound, but to let Westbrook come get the rebound. It's part of their game plan.
By the way, I'd bet money that he actually goes over 16 tonight. And I have no problem with that. You know, if he goes...
Sharp Tierney, what's the over-under on Russell Westbrook's rebounds tonight?
I would say there probably is a prop bet for this, probably somewhere 13.5, something like that.
So
but I think he's going to go over. But my answer is inbounds as well. They're at their best when they're moving up and down the court, even though Carmelo doesn't have the foot speed like he once did. But to get the rebound, self-initiate a fast break here, it's a great asset. You just need to willingly distribute the ball, which sometimes he doesn't always do, but fundamentally, it's an asset. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Tune in next time for another edition of Inbounds or Out of Bounds with Tiki and Tierney.
Okay, so Daniel, I would like to say this to you. First of all, great job on the show today, my man.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Good job, brother.
Great job on the bracket. You earned it. I mean, the reason why it's not it's like we threw you a bone out of mercy. You won the
Little
contest, But more importantly and more impressively, you walked in here at your age, and you fit in nicely. As a Marist guy, I'm proud to see you. And not that I'm surprised by this. I'm very proud to see what we're pumping out in terms of young, polished men and women, in terms of students and people with a great interest in this medium. I wish you the best. You can always reach out to me, whether it's on Twitter or I'll give you my number and all that stuff. Great job today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Teak,
Golf
anything
clap.
else, brother?
Golf clap.
You want to take Tiki's place moving forward? Teak, why don't you...
No comment yet.
Good job, Dan.
Danny G. Say your last name. Come on, get it out there.
Girolamo.
And give one more pump on your website.
DailyMixReport.com. Look us up.
Hey. Tell your parents they did a good job. You were raised the right way.